What's up? I see there's so many of you in the chat. How's it going? What's good, guys? Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you all. How are you? I'm pretty excited about this. I've seen so many submissions come in here on Discord, but I haven't really listened to it. I peeped a couple of tracks as I was testing to make sure we had sound on this stream. But I'm excited to hear everything. So everybody in the chat, let me know how you guys are doing. What's up, Kim, Ginny, Tom, K-pop filters, Raphael, Elziel, Isaac, Blair. What's up, you guys? Really excited to hear the songs. To give everybody warning, I got a headache like an hour ago and I took medicine, but it still hasn't worked. So if I seem a little bit like low energy, it's not because I don't like your tracks. I'm just in a little bit of pain. But other than that, I'm doing well. I'm excited to hear all the beats. Yes. All right. K-pop filter says everyone is crazy talented. I agree with that. I've been peeping things here and there on Discord even before this challenge. You guys post, your demos, post your collabs in there, and I'm always just so impressed and inspired by you guys. And it always is fun for me that this is becoming like a really safe, positive space for people to meet each other and collab. And, some people are a little bit more established and some people are just starting out, but there's this kind of like feeling of community, I guess I want to say. So yeah, if you're not joined yet, join up. It's free. There's cool people there. So Farza, Turtles, what's up? Fly the 2000, Garlic, hey. It's good to see you guys. Long Yun, I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's nice to meet you. All right, so I feel what I did here is I went up to the very first submission from Leah, and I think we'll just go down. I kind of lost count, but I counted around 20 submissions, which probably just guessing if everything's about 3 minutes long, I'm probably going to listen to about half the tracks. If that is okay with you guys, and then I'll give some critiques. I haven't done this in a really long time. I feel like the last time I've done like a critique stream was like over a year ago, and it was on ITZY channel. I've never actually done it on this channel, so yay. Will this stream get saved? Yes, I'll save this one. I always save them. The only one I didn't save was my last cursed stream where we had horrible problems with sound. So that's the only one I didn't save because I did not want to torture anybody else except the people that already were there and got tortured. Is a track we've sent more made to be K-pop? Mine feels more like a Latina vibe. No, it was supposed to be any track. So the challenge was just make a track about how you feel right now. You're feeling sad, make a sad track. You're feeling inspired and happy, make a track about that. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun assignment because that is, I find, one of the most important things that you can do as a producer and a songwriter is tap into your emotions. It's really easy not to. It's easy to mechanically create music, but I find that the music that I create with a lot of emotion, a lot of heart in it, tends to do better, tends to get cut, all the things. Not always, sometimes I just mechanic something with my pure mind and it does well, but other times it's the songs that really came from a real place that kind of find a life, but also have longer life. So yeah, that's what kind of the challenge was all about. But anyway, let's get into it. I have a track from Leah here. Espatite beat. It represents the desire of growing, the desire of transforming into a better you and becoming into a shiny, colorful, and beautiful butterfly. Oh, that's so pretty. I love their description. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and play this. If you guys could give me either like thumbs up or yes in the chat when I play this to let me know you can hear it. I did test this out before, but I'm traumatized from my last stream because I did test things before as well, and it went horribly wrong. So hopefully this will be different. But let's take a listen and give me thumbs up in the chat if you hear it. right, all right. I said I was gonna do about half of each song, so here we are. Amazing job, Leah. I don't know if they're in the chat, but that sounds really good, and I think a lot of people really, really like the beat. I just turned it up too. I saw that. Garek. Why do I keep calling you garlic? Jesus, I just can't. I can't read. Garek said it was a little quiet, so I turned it up a bit. But this sounded really, really good to me. It's funny when I read "Shiny, Colorful, Beautiful Butterfly." I expected something very ethereal, beautiful strings, bells, things like that. And this is like going really, really hard. I think it's really fire. Yeah, I mean, I feel like what I really liked the most was kind of the dynamic in this track, where it started out with just the meow, the vocal sample, right? Ah, goodness, my mouse. Yeah, with the bass, and then yeah, some synths kind of slowly building. I thought it really built very, very well, and I really liked that the second verse was also different. So yeah, I think Leah did a really amazing job. I think the only maybe critique I would have that's like it's a critique. I felt like the mix levels weren't very balanced. It started out quiet, and you guys probably saw me kind of get close to camera where I reached over to turn up my volume, and then I had to turn it down because it got so loud. So I think maybe running it through a mastering chain would really help out, just kind of balance out the levels. But good job. Yay. Okay, I don't know what my mouse is like freaking out. Let's go to the next submission. Okay, we have one from Soul Rock here. Right? I guess they didn't tell us what feeling this represents, but that's okay. That is okay. Let's go ahead and listen to this. The kick. Nice. Round of applause for Soul Rock. Yeah, this is a really cool beat. I feel like the bass, just the lower frequencies on this are really quite good. Especially they sound really good in my headphones. The kick is like, it bumps. It does what a kick is supposed to do in this hip hop trap inspired beat like this. So I really, really like that. And it married really well with the 808 as well. So I thought that was a win. And I really like the synth work as well, especially that that's I can't now remember the pitch of it. It sounded interesting. It was really ear catching. I guess the only critique I would have is I think, well, a couple of critiques. I think the main critique I would have is the dynamics of this. Obviously, this isn't like K-pop. I know this isn't K-pop, so I'm not looking at it from that standpoint. I'm thinking of it more as in terms of like a trap hip hop beat. I think it still needs a little bit of dynamic, maybe a section where all the drums fall away and you just hear the synths. or maybe like a new synth comes in, because of the genre. You don't necessarily need to change chords, but maybe you introduce something even higher pitched, like a xylophone, something like that, just to kind of, break it up a little bit, and then kind of swoop into it, maybe with a reverse crash or something like that, back into the section. So, and then I would love to hear an even bigger chorus, maybe having the hats go to 16th notes as opposed to 8th notes. So yeah, just dynamically really like elevating it. And I would just, speaking of hats too, I would maybe play around with them a little bit because they're very static. They kind of just feel like a loop. I'm sure they are. Playing with the pitches of them, having some go slightly up and some go down would be really good. Maybe playing with filtering on the hats as well. It would be sick, but I think you did a great job. Round of applause for Soul Rock. Yeah, you guys like this one too. You guys are also supportive in the chat. I love that. Yes, supportive, positive vibes. We're trying to change things in the music industry here. Okay, so we have a submission from Isaac here. Was in the mood to make something a bit darker than what I typically make. Tried to give it an almost cinematic feel. Cinematic question mark. I'm like that too. Sometimes I'm like, is this blank or is it not? With the use of sound effects, subtle textures, almost like a fire raining from the sky type of vibe. I love it. I love the visual. I immediately see that. I see like a video game with that happening in my mind. I'm like, ooh. Also try to play around with the outro more than usual. I might skip ahead to the outro though, just so we don't miss it then. But let's check this out. It's pretty. Yes. I'm gonna skip ahead just to be fair to everybody else, but I'm digging this so far a lot. Oh, hold on. I gotta see how he gets into the center. Wait. Hold on. There we go. Oh, it's like ASMR. I like it. Whoa, Isaac. That is super sick. You probably saw me like grooving because the bass and the kick hit so hard. You guys are saying the same things. LZL says amazing kicks. His Subway Don says mixing is on point. It really is. The low end on this is like bumpy, bumpy. And I know, like, Isaac, I don't know your situation, but I know it's hard to get low end to sound like that without like a really good studio. Maybe you do have one, but good job. Either way, good job. There's so much I like about this track. I mostly just like its overall mood. it made me feel what you were saying. Like, oh, it's a bit darker. Like, it's moody. I was feeling moody. I'm like, yeah, I can feel that. And the really subtle flutes, the subtle pizzicato strings, the guitar that isn't like too upfront and just a little bit more subliminal. The vocals that are just so warm. I don't know, it just felt really, really nice. And it kind of worked as like almost like a lo-fi instrumental beat where like you put that on and you're just relaxing. I think that was great. And I think it also could have a vocal on top of it as well, like an R&B, pop R&B vocal. Chords were awesome. I think you killed it, Isaac. Everybody loves it. Yeah, everybody in the chat is loving it. Yeah, Isaac, you killed it. Amazing, amazing, amazing job. But let's take a look at the next submission now. Kim, what's up, Kim? I know Kim is in the chat. So I love when you guys are here. It makes it more fun. So let's hear this one. Since you're here, let us know in the chat what you were kind of like thinking, feeling when you submitted this. If you want to, of course. Everybody's loving it too. Okay, Dance Break. The bass and chorus is so good. This one's pure K-pop. Yeah, this one is for sure pure K-pop. I'm loving it. I think a lot of your sound choices were so good. I love your fills. I love your bass. Some of the sound effects really just complemented this so well. I don't know. I think it's really amazing. If I could give you maybe one suggestion, is I would maybe just from like a top liner's perspective. I don't know if you're gonna collaborate with anybody on it to like write a top line. I think from a top liner's perspective, maybe changing the chords on the chorus and the verse as well would be good. Just peep them. Yeah. That's our tonic right there. You could like dun 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 dun, do something like that. Like introduce a 4 in there somewhere. Introduce a 3 minor maybe. Basically just thinking in terms of what I've seen being cut and also in terms of top lining. I think yeah, when something's hanging on the tonic, you could do like rap over it, things like that, but I think maybe especially for the chorus, introducing a couple of new chords, I think will make it feel even more K-pop. Hey, we got some new people in the chat. Live One Music or Live One Music. What's up? Gab Sky, what's up? How are you? I keep wanting to burp because I'm drinking kombucha. But yeah, no, Kim, you killed it. This is like a total party. So amazing job. So we have a MP 5 here track called One on One. Let's see what this one is all about. That little like string moment. That was a really fun touch. Yay, great job, MP5, or MP05, I guess. Yeah, I think the thing I like the most about this beat are the chords. I really like the kind of more complex R&B inspired chords that this has. Yeah, you guys are saying like giving a little bit of Red Velvet. Yeah, like that kind of like soulful vibe. So I do really love that. And I think the use of electronic piano just emphasizes that even more. I think if I had to critique, I would say maybe just elevating the sound selections would really help. I think especially in the chorus, it kind of doesn't expand that much. It stays a little bit narrow in the center, a little bit small. I think kind of like the main ideas are there, but it doesn't get like big enough and wide enough. So, I would look at more percussions, maybe a different hat for the chorus. I would definitely layer the main synth with other things as well. I would elevate it with other sounds doing the same chord progression. So, but I do think it's a really great idea. So, great job. Okay, so next up, we have a song with artwork. That's very cool from Mosul. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Nico, thank you so much. Love you back. So let's check out I'm in a Bentley. I like this name. I like it. Oh, here we go.
You was trying to send me. I'm in a Bentley. Benz. I'm in the top. They got the trouble, feel it in my stomach, babe. Don't try to tempt me, I'm in a Bentley, Benz. I know you want Prada, babe. I know you want Fendi, babe. I know you want Gucci, girl, but I'm wearing Balenciaga. Now she tryna tempt me, the ones you sent me, Benz. You know that I got it, wait. You know you can get it, ayy. You take it all anyway. Until I can get away, they still tryna end me. I got this in me. Dance, make them dance. Have no friends, they want revenge. They're getting it anyway. They lie and they spit in my face, but you still can't end me. That's why you venting. Benz, flexing. Oh yeah, so stressing. The plot. Cause you was tryna send me. I'm in a Bentley, Benz. I'm in the top, babe. They got the trouble, feel it in my stomach, babe. Don't try to tempt me. I'm in a Bentley, Benz. I know you want Prada, babe. I know you want Fendi, babe. I know you want Gucci, girl. I'm wearing Balenciaga. Now she tryna tempt me. The ones you sent me.
Yay! round of applause for Mosul. Okay, so here's some thoughts I have about this track. I think it's a really good idea. I don't think it's quite fleshed out enough. I like the idea of this like very minimal trap hip hop beat. It actually, I don't know if you guys know the song. Oh God, what's the name of the song? Bad Thing, Finest Ill, Biggest, but oh my God, that's my Amine. I forgot what the name of the song is. It's gonna drive me crazy now. But it reminds me in a way of that because the production is very minimal and it's all focused on the vocal. I do think when you stay that minimal, it's almost hard because you have to make your dynamics work without adding too many things. And it can't just be a loop like this was. So actually I would, gosh, this is going to drive me crazy. Amine, hold on. Bad Thing. Fun as hell. What is this called? Caroline. Yeah. Check out this song. And you can just hear the kind of like switch up in the pre-chorus that happens that really takes it out of that very percussive territory and lets it breathe and then gets back to it. I would definitely do something like that. I would say it needs a lot of weird effects to kind of make up for the fact that there's not a lot of instrumentation going on. And then I would also say for the vocal, it feels a bit rushed. And this is something I see a lot with people that are, starting out and doing rhythmic music. It's always a bit ahead of the beat, right? Like if this is the beat, your vocal is here. I don't know if it's going to be backwards on camera, but actually your vocal needs to be here. It's on beat, it's going to sound still rushed for this genre. So really moving everything back so it grooves and feels really good. I think that would be a really, really good idea. But good job. All right, so now we have submission from Leaf. You guys are all forgetting to talk about your feelings. The challenge was, hey, make a track about your feelings, but it's okay. I'm not going to hold you guys to it. If you are in the chat, though, let us know, like, what the vibes were. I think I'm in the Bentley had a top line, so that was, like, obvious what it's about. But if it's an instrumental, that would be just a fun bit of information to have. So let's listen to Leaf's track. Because I want to be fair to everybody. But this is really cool. I think my favorite bit is right here. Right? Or is it it's this? The 4 on the floor. Yeah, I think this is a really cool track. It depends, I guess, on what the intent was, right, Leaf? I think if you just wanted to make like a really cool instrumental that moves and like has a lot of changes, you totally accomplished that. I think if you're trying to make this more of like a track to be top lined, I think it definitely would need a little bit of editing. There's a lot of parts, like I kind of already forgot everything that happened in the beginning. So, but I think as an instrumental, if you're just trying to like make a cool instrumental, it works. I would say definitely take a look at the mix a few times. I think the open hat that comes in on the that one, it's a little bit hot in the mix. There were claps, I think, in the pre-chorus build-up that were a little bit small for what the section was trying to do. It was trying to be kind of epic and a build-up, and it felt like a little bit tiny. But yeah, just take a look at the mix, and if you are wanting somebody to top line this, honestly, my favorite part is the part I played, the 4 on the floor. So maybe building it around that might be a cool idea. But good job. All right. Martina, I don't know if you're in the chat because I know they're in Australia. So I'm not sure if they're here, but I know I love their music. They sent it to me before. So let's check it out. Yeah, this is really cute. Good job, Martina. I know that she's really good at synths because I've listened to her music before, and doesn't disappoint the synth work on this. I also love this. It's my spring cleaning feeling. I'm like, I can see that. You're like, putting things away, dusting things. It just has a nice little, like, cute, bouncy feeling to it. Honestly, I thought it was really good. I think you could probably, like, tighten this up. Like some of the drums, some of the hats, I feel like could just use a little more texturizing. They're a little bit loud. Like things like that. I thought the idea was just really good. I thought the synths were so fun. You could maybe play around with maybe filtering in and out of the synths a few times, but I think this is really cool. And honestly, it's giving, you know what it's giving? It's giving sync music. It's giving like a commercial almost. I can kind of hear that in the background where they're like, only this month only at Kohl's or whatever. So I think for sync, I would for sure develop this more. It's really cute. Okay, so the next track is from Achilles. I'm so sorry if I'm saying this incorrectly, but it's called Dummy. Here we go. That was also really very cute with the vocal chops and the kind of like almost like phone ringing effects. I thought this was a lot of fun. I really like the chords. You guys know me. I like anything with soulful chords. I think, yeah, maybe when it gets to the chorus part, maybe it could hit like a little bit harder. Maybe layering some stomps, like a little bit bigger, kind of gnarlier drums would take it out of feeling so cute and make it feel like it's exploding on the chorus. But I think it's a lot of fun. I love it. Okay, so next one is from Orbit, Farza. I think Farza is in the chat, or was in the chat at least. This song is about my current experience as a fresh graduate from college and trying to find my purpose in life. Deep. I'm still a beginner top lining, so my track will sound like a beginner track. It's okay, but I'm trying to have fun and trying to get good. The sounds I use are heavily Luna referenced because I love Luna, and they're the reason why I started music production. That's so cute. Okay, well let's take a listen. I can hear the Luna.
Journey starts now, my journey starts now, and I'll climb the mountain, I'm gonna swim the ocean. Time is so fast, we grow up so fast, and I'm getting so old. I'm working 9 to 5, working on day and night, working on to survive tomorrow. The rent is due again. Don't know what to do, I just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do, I just don't know what to do. In my life going crazy now, I am going crazy now. Forever going crazy now, I am going crazy now. 'Cause I am clueless, I don't know where to go, I don't have any map, I have no direction to this. I don't know where to go, I don't have any map. Can someone help me right now? Journey starts now, my journey starts now, and I'll climb the mountain, I'm gonna swim the ocean. Time is so fast, we grow up so fast, and I'm getting so old. I'm working 9 to 5.
Yay, Farza! This is awesome. I mean, I totally hear that you're a beginner, but at the same time, I hear that you have talent, and there's a lot of really cool ideas in there. As far as the track, I really like the plugs. I think they're very like on point for Luna, like what you said you were inspired by. I think that really, really worked. As far as the top line, yeah, I totally understand that you're a beginner. I do have a suggestion, honestly, to make it sound a bit more professional. I think currently, I don't know what you're singing into. It sounds like you're either singing into your phone or maybe like your laptop or maybe like a dynamic mic. I think just brightening this up a little bit would make it sound a lot better. And I know like this is a new thing for you, but just adding like a shelf EQ, somewhere around like 3K, just shelf it a little bit. I think that could be just like a very, very simple way to make this sound a bit better vocally. And then because you're using, like not a professional mic, it's going to have a lot of like kind of dirty mid-range. So taking away with EQ around like 200 hertz would be really cool. But I think this is awesome that you submitted this, and I want to see you keep working on your craft and keep growing, and thank you so much. Okay, so we have Codia or Codia. I'm so sorry if I'm not saying this correctly. I always feel bad. But they said, as the name suggests, Venom is not a sweet, welcoming track in the slightest. Get it. With the harsh and abrasive elements in the song, it's safe to say the only thing this track welcomes is Venom, symbolizing pain. The song embraces a struggle and is an anthem of keeping chins up high, no matter the circumstance, agreeing with the famous quote, pain is the essence. I like this. I see they're a writer, more than just songwriter, but just writer in general. I'm excited to hear. Awesome. Yay, amazing job. Amazing job. I think this definitely has a lot of promise. The way it drops, the section we just came out of, it was very satisfying. I don't know if you guys felt that way. Yeah, you guys did. Slay, this is so good. Hey, yes. Yeah, you guys like this. Yeah, it drops really nicely. It has this nice release, and the verse feels really good. The pre, I think actually was my favorite part. I loved the chords. I love them. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's where it went. I was like, yeah, this is right. I think just all around, I would work on it more. I know this was like a short submission time, so it's probably not done. I would just say mixing it a lot more and really digging into the details, like. Because I think it's really good. I would question, is this the right snare? Are these the right hats? Is this the right vocal chop? Or is it processed the right way? I would really dig into the details more. And it does sound a little bit quiet and a little bit small. So I'm not sure what's used on the master bus. Maybe even throwing something like Ozone on could really help. I think just generally, perhaps you could drag in, a track by Blackpink or something and just kind of compare your levels to theirs and just level things a little bit better. But I think this is really, really good. Okay, so now we have a submission from Rannia Asia, right? Or Rani, no, I'm think Rani Asia or Rani Asia. This is busted. LOL. But I thought I joined the challenge anyway. Well, let's hear small talk. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, definitely. I think they were kind of like, oh, it's a little bit like not finished, bit of like an idea versus like a fully fleshed out track. And I think we can all hear that. But I think there's good ideas in there. I especially like the plucks, the string plucks. If you guys watch me produce, you guys know I like anything that has to do with strings, specifically pizzicato. So I would maybe look at that section and kind of build the rest of it around that, because to me that was the strongest part. But yeah, thank you so much. I love that you guys are having these like full on discussions about your tracks. This makes me really, really happy. Okay, so that's me promoting this stream. Okay, so next one is from Tillier. I was feeling kind of groovy. I like that. So I made an acoustic, funkish, K-pop-ish kind of beat. We love to hear it. Yes. Yeah, I love the bass on this. I think the bass is a great idea. I do think it has a bit of an issue in the chorus with guitars and bass not locking in. It almost sounds like one is ahead of the other a little bit. So I would just pull up your waveforms or MIDI. I mean, I'm guessing the guitar is wave, but the bass sounds like it could be MIDI. And just see where everything hits because I'm feeling like your guitars are going to be off. And you can just use something like Quantize. I'm not sure about other DAWs, but I know Ableton, you could just easily quantize a wave file and it will lock in a lot nicer. But yeah, I think I would just develop it a little bit more. The kick felt a little bit small too, the snare as well. The hats felt pretty nice. So yeah, I would just dig into this one a little bit more. But great job. Thank you so much. Okay, one more. Tomim. Made this beat 2 days ago when it was really hot. I relate. I'm in LA. I related. We had the worst heat spell for 2 weeks. I didn't leave my house. It was awful. I was feeling some vacation vibes. Oh, well, I guess that's a good feeling. My beat about the heat wave in LA would be dark and oppressive for sure. I had fun making it because I wasn't overly critical of it. I like that, which let me enjoy my time making it. I think what they said is really, really crucial. It's so important not to be overly critical, not to be perfectionist. And this is coming from an insane perfectionist that would tweak whenever something wasn't freaking perfect. So I love that. Let's listen to Vacation. Yes. I really like this vibe. I think it's very enjoyable and pleasant to listen to. You just kind of want to groove, drink a little cold drink, my kombucha here. I feel like I'm sponsored, not sponsored. But I have a couple of critiques. I do love the vibe. I would love, love, love to hear a snare come in on a 2 and a 4 at some point, probably in the chorus, because in the verse it almost feels kind of nice, that that reggaeton feel, and it's mostly focused on the shakers. But I think at some point I want to hear for it to drop a little bit and get kind of a little bit bigger. But also I think more as a pop producer, maybe this is more supposed to be an instrumental vibe track. So obviously take what I say with a grain of salt on that. I like that. Yeah, that sample. I probably wouldn't use it in the chorus, to be honest, and then make it really featured much louder, much 8 dBs louder on the post chorus. So then it feels yeah, and it drops into it, and that's the whole point of that section. I think it would make it feel so much more impactful, and it would make people wait to hear it. So, but yeah, Tommy, great job. Okay, Fly the Leaf, or just Fly the. Okay, we have my song represents. I got bills. Same. I think all of us probably. Please collab with it. K-pop act and go #1 on the charts. Yep, that's my feeling, and I'm sticking to it. They're funny. All right, has a bridge and breakdown. Then I might just kind of skip the second verse and go to that part. Let's listen to Pancakes. bridge real quick. Gotcha. Oh, awesome. Round of applause for Fly the. I think there's a lot of good things in here, for sure. Lots of good stuff. So I think this is a classic case of perhaps a little bit more editing is needed. I feel like the chords on the pre-chorus, for example, are really, really good. I immediately was like, oh yeah, that works. But I think because the drums and the bass don't drop out, it all kind of feels samey, right? I would definitely take away the drums and the bass in that section and just open it up a little bit more. The way you do on the bridge, obviously, honestly, same way. And I felt like the guitar was cool. I felt like it was cool, but I felt like maybe it didn't quite go with the bass and the drums. Again, it kind of felt like too much. Like the verse with just the bass and the drums, I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But when the guitar came in, I almost wanted to hear like just the guitar featured, or maybe a new bass, maybe like an 808 bass underneath that guitar and a slightly different drum pattern. Just a little bit of a change. And I think the same for the breakdown. You could have the guitar featured, but I probably wouldn't stick with those drums. Maybe go halftime. Just really kind of craft around those key elements. But I thought it was awesome and a lot of fun, so good job. Okay, so amazing. We have Fly that has like so many submissions. Oh, I feel like we can only do one per person because everybody got one, so it wouldn't feel very fair to give them more than one. But maybe they can submit it to another thing that we'll do in the future. And next time I'll make sure that it says just one. Okay, so here's Garek, which I'm not sure if Garek is still in the chat. I know they were in the chat earlier. So, emotional but powerful beat. Pretty sure Alina heard this one already, but it's good. Why not submit it? Awesome. Let's hear it. Ooh, I don't remember hearing this. This is cool though. Everybody in the chat is loving it too. Everybody's saying, nice, is this serum? It's fire. Mischief vibes. It does have mischief vibes. Yeah, I definitely, you guys saw me probably like, wah! when it dropped. I think it dropped really, really effectively and just really kind of blows your socks off. So I really, really do enjoy that about it. I honestly don't have a lot to comment because I think it really works. I think this is meant to be like a really just cool instrumental track that has a lot of dynamic and emotion and it grows. And I think it accomplishes all of those things. So congratulations. Great job. Okie dokie. So we have Dreamico next. I was feeling a bit down. Oh, I'm sorry. But finding some hope when I made this. Oh, good. It's maybe more Western than my usual K-pop style tracks. Definitely need some vocals. Well, it wasn't a K-pop making contest, right? This was just like make a beat about your feelings. You don't have to be K-pop. So I'm excited to hear this. Everybody says K-drama vibes. Yeah, powerful chords. Yeah, I love the piano on this. I think it definitely is very moody and like exactly what you were saying. I could have garnered that from listening, that you were feeling a bit down. So I think this really, really showcases the emotion so well. There's a couple of small issues that I noticed. I don't know where exactly it's coming from because I don't have the multi, but there is a little bit of an issue between the chords, like the pads, the piano, and the bass. Something is not playing along nicely. I'm going to take a wild guess and guess that the synth has a kind of a longish decay on it. So you hear a bit of the old chord as the new chord starts, and you get like that little piece of mud in the middle. So I would just maybe take a look at that. And if it's not that, just take a look at everything. Make sure everything's playing the chords that it needs to play. But I think you did a great job. Very emotional. Really showcases what you were feeling. Okay, so we have That Thought. Love it. Hope you enjoyed my track with Love, which was produced during a time of never-ending turmoil in my personal life and academic career. I'm still dealing with a lot of stress. Final year of college, that sounds very stressful. Especially with a major that left me exhausted and certain about what to come after graduation. Oof. Lyrically, I see myself as the main singer, singing the words of empowerment and reassurance to remind myself I could get through hardship with just a little bit of self-love. I love that. Yeah, the chaotic beat around her represents life's disadvantages and obstacles. This is very well thought through. I'm really excited to listen, and then I'm going to read this like as we listen, and you guys can as well.
Cause you want it. Don't need permission because you already own it. Don't need to fake it. It's time to listen and get yourself ready to make a new transition. Bring me back, you can bring me back. Bring me back, you can bring me back to me. Bring me back, you can bring me back. You bring it back to myself, you bring it back to me. Ain't gonna fall, you know you got me standing so tall. With your love, ain't gonna fall, because you see me run through it all. With your love, with your love, hey. With your love, with your love, got me down with your love. With your love, with your love, can't get enough, got me down with your love. When I think of the way we met, there's a lot that I could regret. But this life is a short falling, and the pain that we felt made us strong. Who'd have thought we could go this way? After all the games we play, all the times that we walked away, only made us closer to love. Tell me all the things that I want to hear.
Yeah! Round of applause. Round of applause. I think there's a lot of really great things in here. I think the track has really nice transitions. There's, I think right before the chorus, it has some of that Foley, like kind of crunching, really, really effective. And I think generally just the synths, kind of the slow attack synths really worked quite well and really felt satisfying with the top line. If I had to nitpick, I don't know if this is you singing or if this is like a friend or a collaborator. I obviously you or they have a great voice, but I think the way it's produced could have been a little bit more dynamic. I think the vocal performance is basically the same throughout. It's very like aggressive. It's, you know, top volume, or, you know, it's there's no pulling back and bringing volume back in. It's all just at the same volume. So I would really encourage you to maybe take a look on your next song and trying to have a little bit more of an intimate vibe in the verses and really exploding in the choruses. And I also think definitely harmonies, doubles would help a lot, because I just hear one created low underneath, which is, I do that too, but I think it definitely needs other layers to make it feel more dynamic. So, but great job. Oh yeah, Long Yan, yours, I thought it's good to meet you. Oh, the sample vocals are from Splat. Oh, this is not somebody who worked. Oh, now I understand, because I was like, and you need to do this, and you just, okay, you obviously didn't have a chance to do that. That makes perfect sense. You honestly, like, amazing job, because I wouldn't have known. I just thought you worked with a singer or you were the singer. So, but yeah, no, the track sounds awesome. So amazing job. Okay, so now we have Rini 414. Concept of the song is about becoming new and a confident person, owning your own life like a leader. Oh, since I'm not a very confident person when it comes to a lot of things. However, due to that, it made me become accustomed to listening to what people say, thinking they're always right. So let's see if this works. Oh, I think I started this one, and let me go back to the beginning. There we go. Yeah. This is very cool. This is very, very, very cool. I think there's so many interesting sections in here. Rini, I really liked some of the string work. I like a lot of the Foley. There's a lot of really fun elements. The only thing I would say is I think there needs to be a little editing done. And this is interesting. I see this with a lot of young K-pop producers. So you kind of get very invested in the idea that there needs to be a lot of changes, and you're right, there does need to be a lot of changes, but there still need to be motifs, right? It still needs to feel cohesive as a composition. You know, even if you're doing like the NMix thing where you're really switching songs almost, even in that case, it has to kind of do it in a very strategic way. And I see a lot of younger producers just get really excited and be like, oh, this is really fun and this is really fun and I'm going to include all of it. I would just say, if you have a lot of ideas, make more than one track. So here I really like the strings. I really like that xylophone part. I think maybe the entire pre-chorus could be based around that, and then the verse and the chorus could be pretty similar, but just one is more elevated than the other. But yeah, I thought this was a really, really dope idea. Yeah, you guys are saying this sounds good. Level the ear candy layers. Yeah, it's cute. Yeah. I'm gonna take 1 second. You guys have to check my email because I had a request that was urgent that was due by 4 o'clock. Okay. All right. I will need to hop off in a bit, but I think we'll get through everything. All right, so let's listen to the demo from Black Vader. I got my inspiration from the YouTube clip "Producer Reacts to Blackpink's Pink Venom." I think that's the one I did. So this is another like a Pink Venom-ish vibe. Let's check it out. I know this sample. It's a good sample. Oh yeah. Very Blackpink. Fun. I love the chorus. That really feels really, really good. Yeah, this is good. I think you guys are really loving this. Loving the bounce. Yeah, the swing on the percussion is like, it's really good. It feels really right. Locks in with the bass, locks in with all the other parts quite nicely. I mean, honestly, you did a fantastic job. I don't have a whole lot to say. As hot as the desert, says Joanna. You are correct. The drums are really good. Yeah, those 808 glides are fire. Yeah, no, this one is really, really strong. I would definitely encourage you to keep developing this one because I think it has lots and lots of promise. This is very dope. Okay, guys. So let me just check where we're at. So we're looking at Live 1 here. Oh yeah, we've got some more to get through, so we might have to kind of just go a little bit faster. I know some of these are brand new submissions that came in kind of as the stream started, so I will do my best to get through everything as much as I can, guys, before I have to hop off. So let's take a look at Dimension. Yeah, I love the way this kind of slowly builds. It reminds me a little bit of like an 8-bit video game. So I think I would lean into that a little bit more, I think, because right now it's kind of trying to find where it lives. I think the beginning felt really 8-bit to me. And as the piano came in, I was like, oh, wait, what is the genre? It kind of got me a little bit confused. I would definitely take a look at this area right here where the piano comes in. There's a bit of mismatch going on, as in one of the few tracks, like a few tracks ago, where something's not locking in, like the pads, the synths are not locking in with the piano, as far as which notes they're playing. So I would definitely take a look at that. Okay, Kiba says, made this beat some time ago for a friend, trying to improve as a pop producer. Let's hear it. Yes, party. Cool. This reminds me of like dance music. I want to say like 2012, 2010, and it almost sounds like a period piece, like kind of like a remake of a specific era. So I think as far as that, it's cool. I definitely think it needs a little bit more mixing. It sounds a bit like small. Things aren't wide enough. Kicks aren't like really hitting. They don't have a lot of sub frequencies. So I would definitely take a look at how you're mixing it. And if you're trying to go for that like more 2000 like 10s vibe, I would listen to those songs from that era, the EDM songs from that era, and kind of just see where things are sitting mix wise and try to emulate it. So cool. We have Zebanes. I feel like I'm messing up everybody's name. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. We have a track called Universe. Is it a Kara vocal? I almost want to say it is. I've known Kara for like 7 years, something like that. It kind of sounds like her. I don't think this is like a custom vocal. I think it's a sample. But yeah, I honestly, it's almost the exact same comments as Kiba. It does sound like a period piece to me. So if you're going for that, I would definitely like make the synths, especially the sawtooth ones, as wide as that era, and really make everything, oh, I'm sorry, I got overexcited, make everything like really pump, because right now it just feels a little bit small. So, and also definitely with the vocal, I think the way it pans, it's cool to experiment with that, but I think because it's almost like this is like your lead, right? It isn't a vocal that's kind of in the background, and it feels a little odd that it pans that way. So maybe putting some effects on it, some filtering, would make that feel more like deliberate and like an effect. Okay, so we have next submission from Aqua. Wanted to express what I feel remembering about Sweet Summer. Aww. If you don't have time to listen to the entire track, skip the version. Oh, skip the verse 2 and chorus 2 after first and go to the bridge. Okay. Go to the bridge. Okay, good job, Aqua. This is really fun. I definitely like the kind of like one dance Drake vibes, reggaeton. It's a lot of fun. I would say the composition is good. Like it moves well. I like the chords. I would say definitely the sound choices. You probably need to dig in a little bit more. It feels very much like a sketch at the moment. It doesn't quite feel like a finished track or even close to finished. It just feels like, you chose initial sounds and didn't develop them enough. So I would definitely like look at your snare, look at your kick, look at your bass, look at everything and really try to improve every element. So let's go ahead and listen to Blair Bone. I made this with a bold mindset, tried to get a sexy, question mark, mysterious vibe. I'm still new to production, but that's one of my new kind of finished tracks. Inspired by Wavy's Moonwalk. Yeah. Nice. Had Taman's solo work in mind. Ooh. Definitely really cool chords, and like I like the idea, this slightly 80s darker, really danceable beat. I definitely think it's very similar feedback to Aqua, where it kind of feels like a sketch. It doesn't quite feel like a final track, which makes sense. You said you're kind of new to production. I think you did great for being new. I would encourage you, one thing I noticed, you're using a lot of either ARPs or block chords, right? Like everything is just like blam, 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 blam. And I understand why it's kind of the easier way to go and you're still learning. I definitely encourage you, especially with this, go ahead and try to make your chords sound more interesting, more than just block, 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 block. You can add some rhythm, you can add some voicings to it, you know, instead of like bam, bam, you could bam, ba ba bam, bam, ba ba bam. You know, just adding one chord in the middle would already make it feel a little bit more like fun and elevated. But I think you did a great job for being new. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to get through these last 3 right here, and I think I'm going to pick a winner after that. Because technically the submission cut off yesterday, but I feel bad and I want to hear all your guys' stuff, but I'm going to have to go in a little bit here. So let's listen to these 3. So we have one from Matthew. Ooh. Give it up for Matthew. I honestly think this section, the chorus section, is quite strong. It reminds me of Charlie XCX. Very dark, very synthy, very like European in a way. It just felt really cool. And one thing I would do is I would encourage you to kind of build everything off of that. I know you're using some of the same elements here in the front parts, but I also feel like there's almost a little bit too much use. Like if you go especially into the pre, there's that guitar going on, then there's that vocal chop sample, I'm guessing, which is really cool. I would just edit a bit, and I would definitely say the guitar at the front, it's a fake electric clearly, and it sounds like it. I like the melody. I would maybe replace it with another sample that doesn't sound fake. Or I mean, if you play guitar or you have a guitar player friend, have them play it like for real, because that part definitely wasn't on the same like playing field as this part right here. This part with the piano and the really big bass felt really good. So, okay, next we have Tom. Summer Vibes. Let's hear it. The future bass vibes, synth work was really good. I love the slow attack. I love the filtering. That was good. The drum kind of swing, some of the more metallic sounding percussions. I think the chorus really, really worked on this. Tom, I think you did a great job. I would definitely try to elevate the verse, the intro, and the pre going into it. Until that hit, I was kind of like, okay, cool, cool, cool. When that hit, I was like, oh, that's a different level than all the parts before. If I were to make a suggestion, I would say take something from the chorus and build your verse around that. You have like an arp that's like underneath. It was interesting. Maybe take that, make that your intro, and really go from there. But I think this had like a lot of promise in the chorus. So, all right. And then we have our final submission from K-pop Filters. It's your turn. I know you're like, oh, in the chat. Amazing. Me to you. Let's hear it. K-pop Filters. Great work on this. So I like kind of the 8-bit vibe that this has going on. I don't know why, but it's making me think of the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. I don't know why. It just is giving me those vibes. So I know you said this is already released, so maybe just like a note for the future, for future tracks. There are a couple of spots in here where one of the synths is minor and the bass or one of the other synths is major, and it's like a clash going on. So definitely double check that kind of thing next time, because that definitely kind of takes it out of like the cool, bouncy, happy vibe that it is. But overall, I really like the bass too. The bass felt really strong, so good job. Yay! Okay, guys, so I think we're gonna have to wrap here. I have a winner in mind. I hope they're still here. Let me see in the chat real quick. Yeah, I can see they're still here. Okay. My favorite track today was ITZY's. That is a track I still really remember, and it was one that really stood out to me as being just really the most kind of cohesively developed. And there were other really, really great tracks too, so I don't want you guys to feel discouraged at all. This is just really hit some kind of spot for me. So let's just, for those that are maybe new in the chat, let's hear this a little bit. And just remind ourselves of what ITZY's track sounds like. Oh. congratulations, Isaac. If you guys want to listen more to this track or any of the other tracks, if you guys want to give each other feedback, maybe collaborate on something, if you liked a track and the other person is open to collaborating with you on it, maybe reach out, say hi. That's the whole point of this Discord group, is for you guys to meet each other, for you guys to, collab and grow together. So yeah, don't be shy. Say hi to whoever's beats you like the most. So, but Isaac, make sure you DM me on Instagram, either LYRE or me. It doesn't matter. I'll see whichever one. Just let me know, hey, it's Isaac. I won the contest. I'll send you the code to get Slap plugin from Yum Audio. And yeah, I saw somebody asking, when are we going to do another one of these reviews? Most likely, guys, not till like late October, just because I am going to Korea in 5 days and I'll be there for a month, writing and, doing all the things. So I don't know if I'll have time to stream necessarily. I might bring my gear, but we'll see. No promises. No promises. But I definitely, if you guys like this, just let me know, like leave a comment that you want to do this more, because we can definitely do this more. So you guys all killed it. Thank you all so much for submitting. And yeah, I guess on this note, I'm going to take off. So hope you guys have an amazing day, night, morning, whatever time it is for you. And love you guys so much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.